You are not growing. You are just preparing. There is a difference. When you consume another video about discipline and save another productivity framework, you feel movement. Your brain cannot absorb endless information and execute uncomfortable action at the same time. Therefore, every day feels busy. Every night ends in the same place. You call it self-improvement. But improvement is not what is happening. What is happening is simulation. The moment you read about a habit, watch a breakdown of success, highlight a passage in a book, your brain releases the same reward chemical as if you had already done the thing. It feels like progress. It registers as forward motion. But nothing in your external reality has shifted. You have not built anything. You have not risked anything. You have not crossed a single uncomfortable threshold. You have simply rehearsed the idea of change. Therefore, the pattern deepens. The more you consume, the more competent you feel, the less urgent the actual work becomes. You are not lazy. You are just satisfied by the preparation itself. This is not ignorance. This is the most sophisticated form of avoidance your brain has ever engineered. You are not scrolling without purpose. You are researching. You are not wasting time. You are optimizing. You are not procrastinating. You are just not ready yet. And that word is the entire trap. The lie is not that preparation matters. The lie is that you will ever feel ready. You will not. Readiness is not a feeling that arrives before action. Readiness is the result of action that has already been taken. But your brain refuses to accept this. It wants certainty first. It wants the perfect system, the flawless plan, the guarantee that effort will not be wasted. Therefore, you keep delaying, not because you lack knowledge, but because knowledge is safer than exposure. Every thread you save, every video you queue, every framework you screenshot. These are not tools. They are shields. They protect you from the only thing that actually creates change. Discomfort, failure, the raw, vulnerable act of starting badly. You already know what needs to happen. You have always known. The information is not missing. The courage is what you are protecting yourself from needing. Therefore, you return to the same cycle. Another article, another system, another voice, promising clarity. But clarity is not what you lack. What you lack is willingness. The willingness to act before you understand every outcome. The willingness to build before the vision is complete. The willingness to be seen while you are still broken. This is the cost, not that you are failing, but that you are never even entering the arena. You are spectating your own potential. You are narrating a life. You are too afraid to live. Therefore, the question is not what else you need to learn. The question is what you are using learning to avoid. What conversation have you been postponing? What project have you been outlining? What risk have you been studying instead of taking? The answer is already sitting in your chest. You feel it every time you close the app, every time you finish the video, every time you tell yourself, tomorrow will be different. It will not. Not because you are weak, but because preparation has become your identity. You are the person who is always getting ready, always improving, always one step away from the real thing. And that role is comfortable. It requires no vulnerability. It generates no failure. It keeps you in motion, without ever demanding you move. But motion is not progress. Preparation is not transformation. And at some point, the gap between what you know and what you do becomes unbridgeable. You become someone who can describe the path perfectly, but never actually walks it. Therefore, the shift is not intellectual. The shift is behavioral. You do not need another framework. You need one messy action, one thing that is not planned perfectly, not researched fully, not guaranteed to succeed. One thing that could go wrong, one thing that exposes you, one thing that makes you feel like you started too soon. That feeling, that exact discomfort, is the only proof that you are finally growing. The voice that says you are not ready yet, ignore it. The urge to watch one more video before you begin, ignore it. The instinct to polish the idea before you test it in reality, ignore it. These are not wisdom. They are fear dressed as responsibility. And you have been obeying that fear for long enough. Therefore, the fix is not consuming less content. The fix is not deleting the apps. The fix is building a new association. The association between action and safety. Right now, your brain believes preparation equals progress. It believes learning equals growth. It believes waiting equals wisdom. But that belief is killing your momentum. Every day you spend preparing is a day you are not becoming. You are just rehearsing the idea of becoming, and rehearsal does not count. The only thing that counts is the thing you actually do. The uncomfortable email you send, the imperfect video you publish, the boundary you set, without a script. These are the moments that break the pattern, not because they are flawless, but because they are real. They exist outside your head. They cannot be revised. They cannot be optimized retroactively. They are done, and done is the only status that creates change. You will not feel ready. You will feel exposed. You will feel underprepared. You will feel like you are doing it wrong. Good. That is the cost of entry. That is what growth actually feels like. Not certainty, not competence. Discomfort. Raw. Immediate. Unavoidable. Discomfort. Therefore, stop waiting for the feeling to shift. Stop waiting for the moment when action feels easy. Stop waiting for permission from a future version of yourself. That version does not exist yet. It only comes into being when you act now. So act badly, incompletely, with doubt still sitting heavy in your chest. Act anyway, not because you have figured it out, but because figuring it out only happens through movement. You're not growing, you are just preparing, always. And preparation without execution is just fear with a schedule.